So I got beat by an old fat man and this chick in a leopard print X3. And I'm like, it wouldn't have hurt my feelings if they'd have just told me I got all this stuff done, but nobody wanted to say anything. I said, why can't anybody tell me what they got done to their ride? I'm like, what is it, Street Outlaws? Like, just tell me what you got done to your ride because you're whooping on me.
Whenever you are.
You ready?
Yeah.
Whenever I am?
Yep.
All right. So we went to the dunes, had a great time. So we were 2-0 with casualties on our last 2 trips we went. First one, Benson rolled my old side-by-side. And then the second one, Luke cratered Wilson's side-by-side. But we didn't have any mishaps this trip. We actually had a blast. Wilson's didn't go. Steve took his and I took mine. I mean, hands down, I'd probably say that was probably one of the best trips that we've taken out there so far. I had a really good time. Like I said, no issues. I was very surprised with mine. So Cody's got a Polaris Pro R, which is they're 240 horse, naturally aspirated 4-cylinders, inline 4-cylinders, and they're amazing machines. And my whole goal with the whole thing, I'm beefing mine up, was just to beat Cody. And I drug him. And I hope he sees this and he gets butthurt because I drug him. He was telling me mine's tuned and all this other stuff, so what, you know, maybe. And then he started making excuses before we even got out there. Well, you're turboed. I'm like, you should get me out of the hole though, because I'm gonna have to wait for my boost to kick in. As long as you can get out in front of me, maybe you can hold me off.
Didn't he tune it for you though?
No.
Oh, okay.
This one's got a Wayland speed tune on it.
Oh.
Cody wants to get into that market, and he's working on it, but he's not there yet. And Wayland you just buy their tunes and put them in and be rocking and rolling. So went out to the drag strip, had some fun at the drag strip. I never quite grew the stones to jump mine. I wanted to. Man, even dirt bikes, I've never been a big jumper. And after putting all the work into it, I wasn't really ready to go 3-0 on the trip.
Yeah.
So I just went out there, had a good time. So I had SS360s front and back. So the back tire is an SS360. They have the HPs, which the paddle is taller. And it had those in the back. And it was fun, but I felt like I was kind of drifting everywhere, like they weren't biting real hard. So I bought those Blackbirds by Sand Tires Unlimited while we were out there. And these tires are like putting slicks on the back. The only thing I'm bummed out about now, though, when I ordered the wheels, I found them online extra. But they're machine centers. Like where they're silver, it's machined, and the fronts aren't. So I got to have them. I either got to buy fronts to match the back or powder coat the backs to match the front. So, because that's aggravating. But it did really good. I need to spend a little more time tuning the suspension. So, Shock Therapy did the shocks on it, and they kind of send them back to you generic, and you're supposed to like tune them for your riding. And I worked on my high-speed compression, but I didn't work on my low-speed compression. So the faster I went, the better it got, but it didn't react real well on the low-speed stuff. But I was just having a blast and didn't feel like getting out every time I'm tinkering with it. So I think there's still some meat on the bone for tuning those, and it'll only get better. And the springs need to break in too. There's a break-in period for your springs. So, and they say it's 300 miles for your springs to break in or whatever. And we only put like 150 miles on it this weekend. So I'm going to give it some time before I make any large adjustments to anything, just to make sure that I'm happy with everything. The fresh air works killer. So we put this fresh air system in it because I didn't have a windshield. So this here hooks to the back of my helmet, and then it's filtered, not like HEPA filtered, but filtered air that goes in, so it kind of pumps air over your head the whole time you're riding, which was awesome. It comes with a neck sock too, so you put your helmet on, it kind of goes over you a little bit and pumps in fresh air. It's nice. Like my head wasn't sweating or anything like that, but I noticed it was going to be cooler if I had some ice. So on the way back, I bought a Amazon cooler, be here today, and some fittings that'll go on top. So I'm going to put one hose will go into the cooler, and then pressurize the cooler with like ice packs in it, and I'm gonna hook that to my helmet. So when we go back out, because I mean it wasn't hot, it was only like the highest it got was like 90, and I wasn't sweating in my helmet at 90, but it would be cool if I had an air conditioning helmet. So I'm gonna try that next and see how that works, and I'm just gonna strap it into the passenger seat so I got air conditioning. Like, you know, it's funny, I went on my little rant last. I go on rants every few months, and my last rant was about that a-hole disrespecting our page, which is whatever, but we had some good positive feedback on this last one about me just going off on that dude, which is cool. People didn't really care. He's the only one that seemed like he even cared that I was talking about side-by-sides. Whatever. But this is a lot of fun. If y'all don't have these, buy one, let me fix it up for you, and you can go out and have fun with us. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Have you ridden in one of these yet?
No, not yet.
I was hoping to have my street tires back, because I've got my wheels and tires are at the powder coater, getting finished up, but I've got street tires for it. And I'll take you for a ride. Hopefully, maybe I'll have them back before you come back. Today's Tuesday, so maybe I'll have them on there for Thursday. We'll put them on. You can go for a ride. This
is gonna be like a same week video.
Yeah.
There is no weird time jump in this one. This is filmed on Tuesday and it's dropping on Thursday. I got some footage. I was disappointed with my footage. I've already watched some of it. I wish that the GoPro would show it's filming it, but it doesn't give you the same effect. Like I'm riding, I'm having a good time, and these hills are huge, and I watch the footage. They don't look that big. Yeah, well, it's probably because you had it on like the wider it is, like the less.
And it's a 360, and I didn't know you had to put it on 360. So none of it's in 360.
Oh, really?
Which sucks. So Saturday night, I call it like a Conga line, right? So a Conga line just gets, the more people it just goes and more people join. I bet there was 50 plus cars in this line. So I was about six or seven back from this the guy that was leading the pack. And he had like this mini trophy truck looking thing, and he was scooting, dude. We were doing like, you'll see it in some of the footage, between 30 and 50 miles an hour, like just kind of whooping out, snaking around or whatever. And like you can't even tell when we were hitting jumps. Like we were jumping, but in the footage you can't see that it was jumping at all. And it was a good time, but you'll see it in some of the footage. But in some of the footage, like the night ride, you'll see it, like we'll kind of snake back, and you can see the 5 or 6 in front of me, but then you see how long, like
the train y'all had
cool,
going.
Man. Because everybody's got lit up. They're all lit up, and it's fun. But that was probably the biggest little Conga line I've ever been in. It was a trip, man. How fast they were going too. Steve surprised me. So Steve's unit over there, he likes this stuff, and I didn't realize he liked it as much as he does. Like he was faster than Cody out there.
Wow.
I was surprised. Cody being a motocross rider and stuff, I kind of figured that he would be faster, be willing to do more. He jumped, but the dude got stuck going down a hill. Cody did. I wish I had footage of that. And I may have been recording. I'll have to look. Only dude I ever know to get stuck on the downside going down the hill.
Oh, man.
But he was terrified to hit this. So we went over the crest of this thing, and it was a steep drop down the other side. But you don't back up. It's just, none of them flip over. It's steep. You just go straight down, you know? So I go down, and there's a tree at the bottom of it, but we're twice as high as the telephone pole up, and you're like, oh man, it's pretty high, and you're coming down. What do you do, right? So I just turned left and floor it. Well, he was going towards it and got nervous and hit the brakes and killed it. And then it was sunk in just enough, and his gas was low enough that he couldn't even start it back up. So we had to winch him down a hill, which makes it sound really crazy to tell somebody who got winched down a hill.
that he stuck on. Then he almost ran over Steve because there was like the tree was here and he was trying to get around it, but scared to like floor it and get it once we got him to where he could fire it back up. So then Steve, he's like, push on that side. Steve's like, I don't want to be on that side. Anyways, he almost ran Steve over. Steve was pissed, which I would have been too if I was on the other side and Cody's trying to drive over me. But anyways, we had a blast. Met some cool people out there. Our Airbnb that we rented, our house that we rent out there, it's got 3 units in it. And groups on both sides were awesome guys. We had a good time sitting out. There's a big old fire pit out there, so we kind of sat by the fire pit at night and shot the shit a little bit. And then there's this other kid on Instagram too. If y'all check him out, his name's Lane Henning. I think it's Lane Henning Racing or Lane Henning Motorsports or whatever on Instagram. This dude has no filter. He's 15 years old, got the same machine Cody does, and he hits the jumps at 60 plus miles an hour and sends them for like 180 feet. Like he'll jump on one side and then you just think he's never gonna land. And it blows my mind. I don't have the stones to do that. No way, no how. But he gets up there. He says he's in the air long enough. He brake taps it and has to hit the gas to level it out and stuff.
Wow.
I mean, you're up there for some time. If you got time to think about, hey, I'm nosing over. I need some lift the nose. Let me hit the gas, tap the brake, whatever. Like a dirt bike up there in the air. He's like, you want to go for a ride? I said, absolutely not. I'm not getting in the buggy with you, buddy. But we saw him at the drag races when we were out there. The drag races were fun. I probably had more fun doing that than I would jumping. That was pretty cool. They also have a short course out there. We didn't do the short course, but it's like a motocross track that they've got set up out there for these things. It's called America's Oasis or whatever. It's like a venue out there that we did the drag racing. It's got a full tree, lights, and times.
Dude, I saw that. I saw you posted on Instagram. I was like, that is so cool. I didn't know something like that existed.
Some guys are out there on dirt bikes, and there's some guys in Banshees, and I got drugged by this old man, ticked me off. So he's out there, he's dragging people. We're in the dunes, not at the drag strip. And he's got it, so I think it's 17 and 18, maybe 19 or whatever, have different gauge panels. So I could tell he had like a 17 or 18. And he was beating everybody that was down there. I was like, I'll go down there and race him. You know, at this point, I'm thinking I'm fast, right? And he puts a link on me. And I'm like, son of a bitch. I was like, maybe I just got a bad start. So we loop back around and does it again. He pulls me again, hits me by a car. Pull around, stop, he pulls up. He said, hey, man, nice race. I'm like, yeah, dude, what all you got done to it? He said, I just got a tune and E85. I'm like, that's it? He said, yeah, that's it.
You're thinking, like, you have a tune in E85.
I said, I have a tune injectors in E85, and you pulled me. Like, okay, well, maybe his tune's different than mine, whatever. And then we go to the drag races, and he's like, hey, I want to run you at the drag strip. I'm like, all right, cool. He drags me at the drag strip. I told him, I said, man, I'm done with this. I said, I'm tired of you whooping up on me. Whatever. And I said, there's no reason for me to just keep getting hurt out here, right? So I park, and he stops, and one of his buddies walks over. He's like, man, he said your car's pretty fast. I'm like, yeah, so was his. And I said, he told me he's just got a tune and E85. He starts laughing. He said, and a bigger turbo. And I'm like, okay, I get it. So I'm like, this dude's playing me. Second night we go out there, and Cody gets drugged by this X3 like mine. And it's black with leopard print sides on it. Some chick.
Bold.
Yeah, and Cody's like, you should race this girl. And I'm like, okay, I'll race her, whatever. She pulls me too. So she comes over and she's like, I really like your buggy, the badass, whatever. I said, what's yours? She said, the left. I said, okay. She said, you whooped on me earlier. She said, yeah. I said, what you got done to it? She said, a tune and E85. I said, why can't anybody tell me what they got done to their ride?
It's like you're going to snow prep or something.
Dude, I'm like, what is it, Street Outlaws? Like, just tell me what you got done to your ride because you're whooping on me. So now I'm hoping those dudes are back out there the weekend I go out there, because those two people sounds like they go out quite often. So now I got to put a turbo on mine because I'm not going to have them whooping on me. And then they ask me, what'd you do? I'm be like, nah, man, just change the tune. I'm not going to tell. I mean, you got to play games now, I guess. So I got beat by an old fat man and this chick in a leopard print X3. And I'm like, it wouldn't have hurt my feelings if they'd have just told me I got all this stuff done, but nobody wanted to say anything. So now I got to up mine just so I can outrun them, hopefully. We'll see. I already beat Cody. That was my main thing. Just wanted to make sure that I hurt Cody's feelings.
Just beat your friends at least. That's a good start.
At least beat him. Oh, and if you know where our shop is, we got a new taco truck next door that's absolutely amazing. The last one was good. it just didn't work out for him here, but this one's really good too. I had the breakfast burrito the other day. I haven't had lunch there yet. Keenan's had the quesadilla. He said it was really good. So if you want to have lunch, they're doing it from like, right now they're 7 to 5 this week until Saturday. And I think starting next week, they're going to do 11 to 9. So we're going to miss the breakfast, which I'm a breakfast guy. I can skip lunch, but I got to have breakfast.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bummed out that they're going to miss breakfast. Unless they do breakfast for lunch, then I'll just eat breakfast for lunch. As long as they still have breakfast on the menu, I'll be happy. If not, I'll just kick them out. It's all about me anyways, right? So that's it for me this week. My side-by-side, hopefully we're planning, fingers crossed, UTV invasion in Utah at Sand Mountain, May 29th through June 3rd. We're hoping to be up there set up as a vendor. So if you live in that area, come by, say hi, check out our buggies, and we'll have shirts and hats and stuff made out by then. But if not, then just come see us at Good Guys. What's that, a couple weeks?
Yep, end of the month.
We'll be at Good Guys. So long.